Hey students, today's lesson is on absolute value. To start with, we have some definitions. First of all, integer is a number with no fractional parts. So 1.5 would not be an integer, 1 is an integer. Integers can be positive or negative. So -5, 7, -15, those are all examples of integers. No decimal part, no fractional part. Absolute value is your second definition. That's the distance that a number is from 0, or the magnitude. How big is it? We don't care whether it's positive or negative, just how big is it? So our key idea is that the absolute value of an integer is the distance between the number and 0 on a number line. So here we can see the number 4 is 4 units from 0. -4 is also 4 units from 0. So let's do some examples. Example 1, finding the absolute value. Let's find the absolute value of 2. On the number line, we can mark where 2 is, and we can see that it's 2 spaces from 0. So the absolute value of 2 is 2. We can also find the absolute value of a negative integer. Here's -3. That is 1, 2, 3 spaces from 0. So the absolute value of -3 is 3. Example 3, comparing values. We can compare 1 and the absolute value of -4. So we know the value of 1 is 1. Let's find the value of the absolute value of -4. So here's -4. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces from 0. So the absolute value of -4 is 4, and we know that 1 is less than 4, so 1 is less than the absolute value of -4. We can also find the opposite of an absolute value. So here we have negative of the absolute value of -23. Another way to say that would be the opposite of the absolute value of -23. So the absolute value of -23 is 23. The opposite of that is -23. So if this negative sign is on the outside of the absolute value symbol, then your value is going to be negative. Let's look at a real-life application. Here we have some different substances, and at what point is their freezing point? At what temperature? So the freezing point is the temperature at which a liquid becomes a solid. Which substance in the table has the lowest freezing point? We want the lowest number. Doesn't matter about its absolute value, just which one is the farthest to the left on the number line. That would be airplane fuel at -53 degrees Celsius. Now we want to know, is the freezing point of mercury or butter closer to the freezing point of water, which is at 0 degrees Celsius? So now we're basically just saying which one has the smallest absolute value, which one's closest to 0, and that would be mercury or butter is what we're looking at. So -39 or 35, which one's closer to 0? That would be butter at 35. And that's it. Feel free to watch again if you need to. Go ahead and try the on your own, and I'll see you soon.